Hello and welcome to the Los Santos roleplay part. Which part am I on? I think I'm on number 5 or 6 at the moment. No, yeah, 6 now. I haven't recorded for a while, so I'm not too sure. My plan for this episode, well, it originally was going to be to try out the mechanic idea. However, there is, at this point in time, there's 102 players on, and there isn't much people really, so probably this wouldn't be the best time to test it, mainly because not as many people, and people notice the lack of police, so they'll try robbing more tow trucks. But however, I did notice my trucking rank is at the trucker trainee again. Not as high as what I need it to be, but still decent. So I'm gonna see how much money I can make in the mall within 1 hour of doing the usual route, which I know.
Of his wife.
Not really a business idea, but there isn't much going on at the moment, so, and plus I'm low on money, so why not try this, see what happens, see how much I can make of them all in 1 hour with no keybinds. So there's been a few bit of progress while I haven't been recording because I was away. A little bit of progress. I'm working on a few things with a few other people. The LSRP has just finished their actual big update thing they've been doing for 10 days. I'm quite pleased with it. The only thing which I am a bit annoyed about is the drug wipe, and that's it. I was a bit funny with face invader. It doesn't seem really a important thing for me, but it's a great idea to have something like that. It's just I don't really see the point of it. What else? The new advertisement system, I really like it. If you want to do one single ad, it's perfect and it stops people needing to use key binders. But I'm speaking metaphorically for the other people, because I'm not in this. I don't really do this much, or never actually. When you want to open a business, it's not very useful for that, because your ad might take like 5 minutes to get through the first one, and then so on, so on, so on. So no one's going to know about your opening much. Another thing is with the donators now. Donator is not as important to buy. I mean, I used to be tempted to buy it for the ad fitting furnishing, but now the only one thing which I'd ever say make me buy it would be the furnishing, which would be rare as it is, because I wouldn't buy it anyway most of the time at the moment. So I've had it before, but ads was a major thing that people would buy it for, and also was quite a important job on LSRP. Now it's not really at all a job, so now I need to work on other markets to improve it. I mean, the drug wipe, I don't think it was as needed as it was. I mean, I think they could have kept the drugs for now, and just wiped guns, because obviously the economy at the moment with guns is quite bad because no one's sharing it. So I think they should have left the drug economy how it was, because the drug economy was fine. I mean, it does give some people an advantage who can get contacts quickly and get a lot more drugs, but the people which it also wasn't the most important thing. I was a bit sad about that, because I would much rather, if they were going to do a wipe, it'd be something to do with guns to try and sort the market out. As it's not, because most people, I don't do it at all. I've never been involved with TFUs, but most people now, more people are going to get turned to PFUs because of the gun market, because it's very difficult to get guns. And if it's anything like I know, you will end up having to trade drug or coke for guns, lose money on the and if you have to get the coke cheap enough, you're gonna either lose big money on that and still get overpriced on the guns, and then to get more coke you need more guns if you want to get not overpriced on the coke again. So it's like there's just no win way in that market at the moment. It needs to be sorted, because the drug market was okay, it was fine. I hope their priority is the gun market now though. So if you're wondering the route, it is meat to LV where you get the meals, and then back through to the docks, and then back on again. The new toll prices, great idea. I do like the fact that it's different and it's nice, and it's a good thing because the tolls were really outdated and a pain. Now it's a lot better. But the increase in prices will cause more costs for truckers. So again, this has caused another issue, but not really a big issue with the market, because the amount of money truckers make, I'm sure an extra $100 or so on the game wouldn't matter too much to them. Well, I know when I was small, I wasn't much a truck. When I was new to trucking, it would. Oh, that time ago. Back in the days where I couldn't even install a mod to my GTA, I used to play with just 30 FPS, so that was how it was for me. Now I'm playing at 60 constantly, and it's got lots of mods. So I install more mods, and my FPS still stays the same. So you know, and my FPS still stays at 60 according to Shadowplay. So I'm very pleased with my computer. Look at my money. I have never felt this poor on LSRP for a lot. Well, no, I have before, but for a long time. Mind you, I'm quite calm about it. I'm not too bothered because it's not going to stop me too much. Because Jackson Scott deals with LOV for me, and that's why he has my money to buy cars. So you know, if I need money, I can just get some back of my money from him or whatever. And when my trucking rank gets back up to the rank for the tanker, well, who cares? In our week or so, I can, to be honest, I can rent my tanker out for so much. I can either use it myself or rent it out. Whichever one I want to do, either way, you know. I ain't got to worry about money on LSRP. I really don't. That's the way. I remember when I first joined LSRP, all I cared about was money, money, money. Don't go that way. Care about the roleplay. That's what you need to care about. Because the problem is these days, to be honest, even the mobs don't want money anymore in LSRP. That's how bad it's got. That's what they because if they wanted money, the drug market would not be how it is. Because they would be selling the guns to people, which would then sell it to other people to get more money. So then, you know, but no. Of course it happens, but not as much as it used to. When I first joined LSRP, everyone was on about getting tons of money. Back in the casino days, you know, I managed a casino and I always lost money. I never was able to make money by owning or managing a casino. While everyone else seemed to make up their fortune by it. So, car waffles are good days. Those were the days where it was LSRP. Those were the days where everyone was kind of bad roleplay. Even the good roleplayers would be considered involved in the casino roleplay, even though the casino roleplay was so non-RP. Because if people just scatter money. What can you do though? This play is LSRP. I mean, the market may be screwed, and that's why they need changes of people in charge every once in a while. Not the people in charge of the server, the people who run everything in game, the official factions. That's why the adding deletes them. Because everyone has their chance, won't they? You got to just use your chance correctly. I still don't recommend you spend all your time on LSRP just to get official. If you want to if you have enough time to get official, then I'd at least half that time and spend it on better stuff. Because LSRP's a game, they won't last forever. Actually, I would love it if LSRP was around forever, because I would keep playing it. But then the player base would go down even more, like it already has. Oh yeah, there's 5 LP now, isn't there? I remember that one, the GTA 5 roleplay server. It looks alright. I haven't looked up on it for a while now, since I don't own GTA 5. But I guess, well, the way it looked before, it needed a lot more work with commands. So hopefully, now they would have done added a lot more commands, or possibly got it to the same scale LSRP was before the update. I mean, I'm not really bothered about that server. When Los Santos roleplay goes down because most of the players, basically everyone begins moving to there. Well, everyone, like, I mean, most of the nearly all the players, which is a while because most people have a computer which can't play it. So, you know, when that day happens, then that's the day you're gonna go and leave. No, not leave. I mean the day you're gonna go and try playing that roleplay, or the day I will be. Because I don't want to be developer on a server. I want to be able to go on a server, have fun. Because I'd have to start from the bottom again on the server. So I prefer that I would only go there if basically LSP was ruined. If LSP was ruined and impossible to play with, and all the players went over there, well then, I'd take the risk of starting back up from nothing. So what's the point of playing? Well, actually, I might just leave roleplay as it is, because I don't see what's the point of staying. Well, like if I didn't leave LSP and everyone went there, what's the point of staying on the server which had gone like 10% of all its numbers then, and there was nothing to do? It's like those smaller servers where they just started at like 10 players and then the servers crash. I tell you what, if those servers stay open, I think if they were patient and advertised well, they would end up like LSRP still, because they revamped because the script was so good and they were gaining members, but they weren't prepared to wait the time it takes for the server to succeed. To be honest, I've always wanted to own a server. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. But then there's the costs. You've got to have the reliable income to keep the costs down, and obviously there's no guarantee of donated to keep the costs as well and all that. So just whatever happens, I suppose it is. That's the way it is these days on LSRP and anywhere on roleplay actually. Roleplay's just going downhill. I remember when there used to be around 200 players at this time, and there'd be 100 at like 5 hours ago. I don't think the servers hit 600 players for a long time, you know. When I used to play it, every night it would just hit 600. When I was logging off. And those days were the days I crashed a lot, so imagine how annoying that was. Yeah, I don't like that then. Come on, this is slow. I remember my first videos when I was just trucking. That must have been really boring for people, because I'm finding it boring myself now. I don't know how I used to truck all the time then. That was boring. I find it boring now. I don't know how I used to do it and not find it boring. Might try. I could. No, there's not really enough people on the server for that. What could I do then? I don't have money to really spend on buying vehicles for useless vehicles. Oh yeah, that's the taxi idea again. I am thinking about the bit taxi business idea, but I've got other stuff I need to sort out first. I was also quite tempted with mechanics because I do like cars personally, and stuff, so it might be mechanics or it might be both, I don't know, because I did enjoy taxi, but then at the same time I do enjoy work with car roleplay, even though it takes a lot more if you do it correctly like I like to do. If anyone wonders whether I did this Python videos and I'm going to continue doing them, is because, well, I've mostly learnt those challenges, and as I learn, I want other people to learn. Like, there's a few players in Los Santos Roleplay which I'm very close friends with, which want to learn Python. So, by me doing them, I'm helping them, and also helping people I might not know. So, it's a win-win. My next PC review video will be out within this week. I actually, on my way, I am working on getting it ready to get the footage, actually. Oh wait, that's why well, no, you can't see me, so you won't know, but I'm turning my head quite a lot and looking at the screen where it is, so that's a clue. It's got a monitor. There you go. Amazing crew. It's quiet. I wonder how many I wonder if I'll get robbed. What's the time? When did it start staying that long? It used to go quite often. Or was it because I came here so often that I didn't I haven't unlocked it. Maybe I came so often that it felt like it was going a lot. Oh my eyes, looking at the wood there. Oh! Don't know really what else to say. This is quite a short and boring episode, so I don't think I'll actually finish the hour. Actually, this trekking does bore me a lot. What else to do though? What else to say? Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll try out the tow truck idea in a second, then I'll try out the mechanic again maybe. I'll try out the tow truck one. See if I can get any small jobs. Just tide me over. What else have I got? What else do I own in the Wigana? Oh, the Wigana. I need to get working on that. LSRP, that's for a friend. Actually, yes, I could do some of the roleplay on the Wigana, which I could. Oh, I don't know. Just a bit of a lonely roleplay. That's the way this episode's going to be, I think, because of the lack of players on the server at the moment. But what can you do? Actually, what can I post now about what I want to do? What Tucker is about? I don't, not rest of his name. Well, alright then. Hey, they've got the marker back. That never used to be there sometimes. There used to be one before it as well. I wonder if Reggie. I've done a bit of roleplay of Reggie before. Reggie's a white guy. He's a nice guy. He's an alright guy. He's good. He likes roleplay. But like, I'm on playing a roleplay game. How can you play a roleplay game and not like roleplay? I mean that he's a decent roleplayer and wants to roleplay. He's not just interested in money. Like we're not some people. Most people in LSRP have something like money, guns, or drugs they want. Me, just have a good time these days. I used to just care about money, but now it's just a good time. We'll just have to upload a new video called The Current State of LLV. LLV, I mean LSRP. Wonder if you had my iPad beeping then due to it. I remember Moscropp when he was first doing back with Jeremy Miles back in Red Line racing days. I miss racing on LSRP. It was a good time those days. A bit more at me, but it was good. I liked the roleplay of cars. Just the racing which got a bit out of hand. I tell you what, it would be in my interest to start a new underground racing unit. Not like a crew, I mean like just tournaments run by me, and I invite people to. Done a few of them before. Oh, for goodness sake, it broke. Oh, watch me. I will play like this. Watch me. I'll finish emptying the truck like this. I bet you I can. This is how bold I am. So I'm gonna... Hello? Oh, okay. I found the truck. I found another person. If there's another guy there, I better... because he might try speaking to me. Right, let's lock it. And then force crash. See you in a minute. Alright, I'm back. So, I have choices of what to do with everything on LSRP. It's not like I can't do anything. It's just choosing what to do because it's a variety and which one would seem best to do. He's always been interested in cars, but then he's also taxis, mechanics, and underground racing syndicates is probably his key in his head. That's what the character would, because his life has always been involved with cars, and it's always been what he likes. So that's probably would be something that he'd want to do again. But then, which one would he be most interested in? Would he be interested in having another illegal operation, or having another illegal cover? Which one's more important? Now, which one would go the best? If I got, because LSRP vehicles runs itself now, so I don't need to worry about that. If I did enough legal cover, it would give me 2 legal businesses at the moment, making reasonable profit, but roleplay opportunities decent. But fun roleplay, depends on the mood you're in. Next, and will I stick to it? If I was able to, I would probably, because I wouldn't be able to do all the roleplay for those 2 ideas, like the mechanic, would I stick to it? If I was able to get enough employees, and get someone which could do it for me, which didn't leave, yes I would, because I can't be around all the time. But the chances of that, getting enough employees easy, but getting people to stay around to manage it for me, difficult. I've tried that before. Now the taxi, starting it easy, me driving okay, but even though my time's limited. Drivers, you're going to have to offer them quite a bit. I have a good idea of offering them, but the problem with that is people only temporarily stay taxi drivers on LSRP because it's boring, like fishing. Same with trucking. So, but then if you try and make it more creative for them, like doing certain things with them, they might stay for longer. So he's got bored of mechanics again, so that's another thing. Will I find someone to manage me? Probably, but then I would have to offer them something decent. They'd have to get a nice big offer to make it worth their while for working for something like that. What about the street racing crew? Well, street racing crew, I mean underground racing circuit, which that's the same thing. I mean the underground racing tournaments. That's an illegal. That's the advantage. So the advantage, more creative roleplay, even though most people scope would be more rats. So it'd be quite stressful for me or whoever's at the event, because the problem, well, not all of them otherwise. They get caught in it because of what they do. But when I've done it before, at least I'd say 40% I would consider due to their way they roleplayed. They just didn't care, but the other half really did. So you have that issue, so it could get slightly stressful, especially if lag gets involved and etc. etc. Profits, well, the taxi profit, well, if I didn't mention pots for any of the others, taxi profits decent. I can make a decent profit of each driver weekly, but nothing like I get with LSRP vehicles, but it could be guaranteed. Same with rentals actually. I forgot about rentals. I could make a decent profit from that, but then there's all the hassle with being in game and trusting them, and then if they run off or if they blow it up, getting the money. What happens if they can't afford it? I've done rentals before. It was really Vincent Viego started the rentals, and then he stopped them when he left, and me and Freddie Garcia started them, and then everyone followed us with the truck rentals. And now, since we went inactive, Wilbur took over that market as well. Will I get stuck? I think I might. No, I just got through. Well, profits. There's nothing guaranteed. That's the problem with all my business ideas. There's no promise of making money. But that's the same with every one of them. Which one would I say most profitable? Rentals. Rentals has the highest chance. Well, has the biggest chance of making large amounts of profit. Mechanics second, and taxi third. And the racing fourth. No, I'd say third and taxi fourth, because the underground racing, you can make money, but it's difficult too, and it's rarely, because it's not like you'd be able to make lots of money, but it would also create roleplay situations, and you might be able to use it to your advantage with other stuff. What about car club? Car club on LSRP. Legal. Well, it's illegal. Hosts enthusiasts on LSRP. Hosts events. Could be slightly profitable, which isn't the main thing I'm after. I'm after something which can create roleplay, but then also have the benefit of small money. Because I'd enjoy like the taxi. The money's dull, and the roleplay's decent. I'd rate the money from taxi as 7 and the roleplay as 6. The mechanic, I'd rate the roleplay an 8 and the money a 6. The underground racing crew, I'd rate the money. I'm lagging. How am I lagging? Please don't lag there. I work with the underground racing crew. Why am I saying crew? I mean tournament. I'd rate the roleplay as 7. I have always enjoyed it. So no, maybe a 9, yeah, 9, and the money a 4. Because you're not going to make a lot of money, and if you do, you're going to get a lot of people. The car club. Now, the car club roleplay. Okay, decent roleplay. Well, actually, no, I'd rate the roleplay at 8. Money, practically none. Unless you start roleplay making mods, and that one works. You roleplay selling like t-shirts, badges, etc., or getting sponsors for the club. Then, okay, yeah, actually no, make the money a 5. But that wouldn't be the main focus. Meet your new people. That would probably be the best for it. You meet a lot of people in the car market, or managers of places as well. So that'd be quite good of getting your name known. Taxi wise, would just meet you random people which are poor, so not really the best. Mechanics, no one. I don't really see how you could really effectively use that to your advantage. Racing tournaments, you'll just meet people that race a lot, which is decent, but probably the actual car club will probably be the best if you want something that will encourage roleplay and make new contacts. But the money wise, not really. It's not really going to do the job for money. Sorry, I'm not moving on screen. I'm just doing something. So yeah, really, I'm actually quite tempted with the car club. It'd be fun, enjoyable. Oh, why don't I? Yes, there was the opening of the park up in Rodeo Park. I did that before. That wasn't really profitable, but it was very fun to do. I enjoy seeing the roleplay of people. But that roleplay, it was good to see that they were out of more, and it did feel quite good for doing that. But what about if I involved that with a car club theme again, like the ECS E-Sleep Car Meet ones, which I know those guys quite well. But that's car meets. If I involved something like that, but a car club, could work quite well. And it might give us advantages being able to set up a league Oasis and LSRP, like with the rally. Actually, it's Randy actually. I know Randy, so I sponsored that without myself knowing till after, when soon after a few days after I apparently sponsored it. Oh wow, he hit my car. Maybe that would. Okay. Okay, I think that is a no care. That's one of the only issues you see about LSRP when people do that. Oh man. A little. A little. The names ring a bell. You hang around a little. Yeah. The one which... Why am I over here again? The one which... What did he do? The trolley one. Was it the trolley one? Well, sometimes trolling a little. She was. But we were all messing about, so together, trolling each other for a laugh. What was it? Or which one? Or the other? I meet too many people in LSRP. I don't remember everyone off by heart. So if you do contact me, just best way to remind me properly. It's annoying, but you know. Of course, man, he's AFK. That's no. Right, so those are the ideas. I do like the car club idea because it can associate the mechanics, meets, all of it, include a lot of stuff I enjoy in one, and that would work pretty nice. I would also let Luke the cow to get back into what he used to do before he became a businessman on LSRP. Well, a little bit. The main bit which he enjoyed, which I think I'd enjoy to do as well, because the workload was interesting. I do like that idea. Yeah, points. Might be. Yeah, good old Brian. I love Brian. Oh, there might be an opportunity for the car club. How's it? Bullet built reputation on it. Yes, I. Right, this is a shame. I might. Actually, no. There might. Well, no. You don't know what I'm on about. With what's a shame, but yeah, there might be an opportunity for me to create the create a car club on LSRP. There might be an opportunity. I'm thinking that might be actually what I might do. I have a few contacts. The guy that runs EXC, Eat Sleep Car Meet, could be a good contact for this. If I do it. I hate driving down the street. Could be a good contact. Who else? Definitely not getting involved with shower for it, because it would just drive like a lunatic and vital and all that. I got used to eat. Oh well, if it was his old self, which I don't see much anymore, no. But if it's his current self, his new self, which you see a lot, definitely no. But if I saw the original one, which I was the one which I offered everything, I would say yes. But currently, what he likes to do on this P, no. What else? Yeah, we're driving around like plonkers right now while I just brainstorm. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do though. Okay, yep. Oh, for you flipping. Go away. Don't stalk me. You notice you always mess up when you got cops behind you. Why are you stalking me? I have done nothing wrong. Just stop trying to catch me out. Plonker. I don't know. I don't care. Got my work. Paycheck. Yeah, paycheck. Well, if it's a paycheck like on a bank statement you get every hour, it was like in your life, it would just disappear. But since it's LSRP, you just kind of ignore it. Oh, I did mechanic duties, did I? Sorry from car, I'm just messaging. Alright, wait, okay, I'm gonna end this. No, no. Right, okay, right, I'll end this here then, because there isn't much going on, but okay, so I'm definitely going to do the car club idea. Woo! I'm going to begin working on that today or tomorrow. I'm gonna speak to Michael about Eat Sleep Car Meet. Go see if I can involve that. I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna abuse it. I'm going to Luke himself personally probably. But Luke doesn't have a car. Yes, that might be a little issue with how Luke is at the moment. I mean, he can work on this. Okay, yes, I know what to do. I bathe the Wigad as a sleeper, and what about you? Okay, so I know what I'll do, and I'll let you go here for that. So thanks for watching. What to say? Thanks for watching. Sorry that this has been kind of boring, but hey, it's an episode. So yeah, next episode I'll be making more progress. Well, definitely, I'll be making more progress than I made this episode. That's for sure. But anyway, thank you for watching, and take care, me handsome. Oh yes, I have one thing to say. No, I don't. Joking. Ah, got you.